The world of music is vast, with many musicians getting lucky enough to find themselves under the spotlight of grand stages and arenas. Many accomplished bands aren't strangers to performing in front of packed arenas and enthusiastic crowds. However, these are the kind of bands we wouldn't expect to see on the streets as we go about our daily lives. Surprisingly, some of the bands we consider big and successful have surprised fans with impromptu street performances that highlighted their undeniable passion for music. They remind us that their love for music knows no bounds. Here are some of the musicians, despite their fame, who have played live in the streets. Joey Jordison of Slipknot. In late 2017, the late Joey Jordison's band, Vimic, performed at Argentina's Monsters of Rock festival. That itself was already a big treat for Argentinian fans. However, during Joey's stay in the city, he shocked fans with an unforgettable and intimate moment. Joey found himself amidst a crowd of enthusiastic fans who had gathered outside his hotel. In a spontaneous gesture, Joey decided to lead the eager crowd in an acoustic rendition of Sick, a track from Slipknot's self-titled album. Before starting his impromptu acoustic session, Joey humbly said, "If I mess up, I'm only doing this out of appreciation for all of you for being a part of my life and being great fans, some of the best in the world." The distinctive riff of the song echoes through the streets, creating a heartfelt bond between Joey and his dedicated fans. This event displayed Joey's appreciation for his fans while highlighting the impact of his music. Linkin Park. New York City subway commuters may just have been some of the luckiest people when it comes to seeing famous artists perform. In 2017, Linkin Park provided an unexpected experience for rush hour travelers in New York City as they staged an impromptu performance within the city's subway system. Making their way to the Grand Central Terminal on the subway, the band engaged in a brief but impactful set at the shuttle platform. The best part for fans is that prior to their performance, the band took time to pause and interact with fans. This event was part of a segment within Good Morning America's Pop-Up Week finale, an event that has also showcased appearances by famous artists such as Bon Jovi. Linkin Park's surprise subway concert not only added an exciting element to the commuting routine of New Yorkers, but also highlighted the band's bond with their audience. As expected, hundreds of fans flocked to the subway to watch the band's performance, singing along to the hit songs. Allegiant. In 2019, death metal band Allegiant surprised and entertained subway riders on their evening commute. Greg Burgess and Riley McShane, members of the band, ventured into the depths of the New York City subway to entertain commuters with their rendition of the timeless hit You Can't Hurry Love by the Supremes. However, the lovely rock scene took an unexpected turn when they removed their flannel shirts, revealing their true musical nature: death metal musicians. This abrupt transition from a familiar tune to intense death metal both shocked and amused the onlookers, leaving them in a state of horrified surprise and unexpected delight. Although not everyone in the scene completely understood what was happening, we can't deny that this effort helped Allegiant gain new fans. Alexi Laiho of Children of Bodom. If we see a famous musician playing in the streets, we can't help but be amazed. If we're familiar with the artist, we might even sing along and call ourselves lucky. However, that's not always what happens when famous musicians decide to showcase their talents in the streets. Finland may be an open-minded country, but they seem not to be too fond of heavy metal musicians busking on the streets of Helsinki. When Alexi Laiho, Children of Bodom's late frontman, decided to grace the sidewalks with an unplanned performance, it wasn't met with approval, applause, or an enthusiastic response. Instead of giving him the time of day, some individuals filed complaints with the Finnish police. The authorities swiftly intervened, escorting Alexi to a police vehicle.
Property, London, we love you.
Steel Panther. You don't always see some of the most prominent figures in glam rock history randomly singing in the streets. For those fortunate enough to find themselves in London Soho in the early months of 2016, one random day may have just been their lucky day. In a remarkable turn of events, Steel Panther graced London with acoustic interpretations of their hits Party Like Tomorrow Is the End of the World and Community Property. This impromptu performance swiftly grew a gathering of spectators, some unaware of who the iconic people in front of them were. The group was met with enthusiastic applause, with some members wanting more of their performance. Arcade Fire. Following an intimate performance at St. John's Church in 2007, Arcade Fire seemed to feel like their set felt a little short. So what else was there for them to do? They took their music to the streets, giving fortunate fans of London an impromptu nighttime musical experience. With a megaphone in hand, frontman Win Butler and the band members energetically delivered their hit Wake Up, joined by an enthusiastic crowd in an unrehearsed yet harmonious version. This unexpected continuation of the show and the overall drunken mood added a touch of authenticity to the performance. The organic interaction between the band and their fans, who were singing their hearts out, created a memorable and spontaneous late-night sing-along session, capturing Arcade Fire's connection with their fans.
You're gonna let me in.
Tom Chaplin of Keane. Keane is a British alternative rock band, best known for their hit Somewhere Only We Know. Even though the band's existed since 1995, even the younger generations know this song by heart. That's why, during the Christmas season of 2017, hundreds of people gathered on Buchanan Street as the award-winning songwriter from Keane, Tom Chaplin, serenaded the crowd with timeless melodies from the band. Unlike other musicians on this list, Tom was busking all over the UK for a reason. During that time, he was trying to raise awareness for homelessness during Christmas. This effort that the celebrated frontman made stunned shoppers and passers-by. It definitely was a moment to remember for those who were present during the busking session. Beyond the charming melodies, his efforts resonated with the spirit of the season and the power of music to inspire change.
The church bells in town.
Bono of U2. The 2009 Christmas season was very special for the people of Dublin. Thanks to Bono's surprising appearance on Grafton Street, Christmas Eve evoked a more special kind of spirit in the people. Accompanied by fellow musician Glenn Hansard, Bono of U2 delighted the crowd with a rendition of Bob Dylan's Knockin' on Heaven's Door. And since Bono is Bono, the busking appearance wasn't just that. It was a way to raise money for a homeless shelter, giving light to the problem of homelessness during Christmas. By 2013, Bono and Glenn's musical duo had become a cherished tradition. During 2013, the duo showcased the festive classic, Merry Christmas, Everybody. The whole experience that the duo created was a great showcase of lightheartedness and passion during Christmas time. Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters. A multi-talented musician with a dynamic presence in the world of rock and roll may not be someone who you see randomly in the streets. However, Dave Grohl is just unique and amazing in his own way. In 2019, Dave Grohl was unexpectedly seen engaging in a bit of street performance to the amazement of a gathered audience in Seattle, Washington. The lead singer of the Foo Fighters and former drummer of Nirvana revisited his roots right in the birthplace of grunge music. He delivered an impromptu concert for bystanders at Pike Place Market together with Grammy Award-winning artist Brandi Carlile. The performance lasted for around 20 minutes, with no exact explanation from Dave as to why he decided to do it. However, it was a unique experience for the fans who were fortunate enough to be in that exact place at that exact time. You don't always get to see the legend Dave Grohl playing in the streets after all. Grand stages and arenas often serve as the backdrop for unforgettable performances. However, it's the unexpected moments that truly captivate fans. These musicians, who have already achieved fame and recognition, are defying the norm by playing their music in the streets, connecting with their fans in a personal and intimate way. Whether it's an electrifying riff echoing through a subway station, a cherished melody shared on a busy street, or a heartwarming call for compassion during the holiday season, these musicians are showing how powerful music can be. For those lucky enough to be part of these events, it's a memory to be treasured forever.